So the father said, I am going on a journey. Can you please polish my shoes for me? Then you said, no, that's not what I want to wash your clothes. Then you go to soak all his clothes in the water. They say, my need is my shoes. So that's why you now see that arrogant people can be sacrificial. You see, rebellion is as worse as a sin of witchcraft. Upon everything that I've done, you are calling me rebellious. You call me a rebel. He said you are rebellious. But I killed. Do you know what it means to sacrifice your energy to go and fight with the Amalekites? He said you are rebellious. Why? You did what you want. And sometimes it's so difficult dealing with a rebellious person that is sacrificial, because you are caught in between the sacrifice of the person and the instructions that you give. So he said, Master, what are you saying? Lord, we perform miracle in your name, Father. We healed the sick in your name. We did everything in your name. He said, yea, depart from me. I love the other version that said, you workers of lawlessness. I love that one. Lawlessness is that law, wherever there is law, obedience is required. But these guys were workers, sacrificial. And the Lord brought out the animals and every of the things in the garden, and asked Adam to call them. And the Bible says he called them as their names were. And he called them according to the names that the Lord has given them. That means he was in synchrony with the Lord's heart. He called them according. So imagine Adam would have come and be laboring, giving names to all the animals. You see goat, you call it a lion. You see a sheep, you call it a goat. He will be calling them and you'll be sweating. And when God comes to the goat and all he sees is a name that Adam wants, not as their names were. Not as their names were. Not the names that he requires. Not the names that he had given them. But Adam was sacrificial. Adam would be moving about, calling all the trees the name that is in his heart. And when you ask him, who sent you? He said, the Lord sent me. Because indeed it was God who sent Saul. And he looked at him and said, obedience supersedes sacrifice. Sacrifice is only acceptable is within the confines of obedience. It's within the context of obedience. You know what will be so painful is when you arrive and God said, oh, you labored, but you did things according to your desires. So the guy played all the notes on the keyboard. He played all the notes, but it was off key. So the other guy that is on the other keyboard, if you check them carefully, they are playing the same notes. They are playing the same notes, but different key. If there is any other thing I will give to you until you are satisfied. Do you know that the confusing part of it is that it follows the same progression? If there is any other, the same progression. It's following the right progression. And you are satisfied. Semitone lower. If there is any other thing that you give from me. Are you on semitone lower now? Until you are satisfied. If there is any other thing that you need from me, I will give to you until you are satisfied. It's following the right progression. If there is any other thing that you need from me, full tone higher, until you are satisfied. If there is any other thing that you need from me, the same song, until you are satisfied. Right progression. If there is any other thing that you need from me, I will give to you until you are. If you check very well, he's using the right notes. If there is any other thing that you need from me, I will give to you. Then what is the problem with David and Saul? David was a man after my heart. He follows the key. Sometimes he misses the note, but it's on key. Go back to the key. So you could see that someone is laboring hard, but it's off. And you can't tell. He tries, the presence of God is not there. Everything is noisy. But he said, but I'm trying my best. What else should I do? Didn't I fast? And it's so difficult to explain. It's so difficult to explain. Because when the guy comes, he tells her, what's wrong with me? But sir, I am fasting now. I am fasting. Check. The progression is in place. Look at the notes. Look at the notes. But even you can't even counsel, because when you see the works of the guy, you see the works of the guy, you see everything is in place, and you get confused. Then what is the problem? The problem is that he is focused on his works, not the singer, because it is the singer that determines the key. The singer. So as you do the works, you need to listen. What is this heartbeat of the Lord? He said, Dave, forget it. He's a man after my heart. But Saul is the man who plays the whole progression. He plays the notes, but he misses the key. The bleating of sheep and the lowing of oxen.